Man, my main reaction after this entire game, it was one exciting hell of a game. That game was down to the wire till the very last damn second. And it was entertaining. It was fantastic. This entire game gave me a damn headache. I'm still feeling that headache right now. It's just, that was just fun to watch. Regardless of the result, that was a very fun game to watch. Came down to the last drive. Eagles lose 33-26. Jalen Hurts balled today. Jalen Hurts was fantastic today. And both quarterbacks, honestly, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, they were both really good. And to me, it also did kind of feel like Kyler Murray and the Cardinals, they were letting the Eagles back into the game, but still, I put that on less of a scale than more than anything. It was just really both teams just battling back and forth. But that entire first quarter, I feel like that first quarter just didn't happen for the Eagles. You just get the blocked punt, you get the safety. It's just everything you could have think of. Everything you could have think of bad happened there. Just everything bad happened. Honestly, if you think the first quarter probably went better, maybe the Eagles could have won this game. But then you also got to factor in Johnston gets taken out of the game after that blocked punt, goes into the concussion protocol, doesn't return to the game. And then when the Eagles have a chance to tie it late in the game, they get the terrible snap on the extra point attempt, and nothing really happens right there. Zach Ertz is trying to hold the ball because basically he's the backup holder. And honestly, the snap was just terrible. The snap was absolutely terrible. And then that final drive by Jalen Hurts trying to get it into the end zone. It felt like basically two Hail Mary type of passes right there. The last one was just very close right there by Fulgham. And we also thought on one of the other plays too that Dallas Goedert almost had the touchdown, but he never had control of it, and then the ball hit the ground. It was just like, oh. It's just like, why? And it's funny too because my prediction almost came right. I was the jerk off in my preview video to say, I feel like this game is going to end in a tie. It was very close to that. It was very close to going to overtime. It was very close to ending in that tie. That's just the funny part right there. But just overall, game was absolutely entertaining. Really, just after that first quarter, just the abysmal play by the Eagles, it really stepped up right there. It really did, and it became a 6-point game at the end of the half. Just amazing, just absolutely amazing right there. And that second half was just good. And like I say, like going back to where I feel like Kyler Murray kind of let the Eagles back into the game because you get the fumble, you get the 2 fumbles by the Cardinals, and then you get the interception in the end zone by Epps. And it just felt like, okay, Eagles are going to be getting a lot of momentum off of these turnovers right here. And they did. They did eventually score on most of these turnovers. And it just felt like for how great Kyler Murray played, he was fantastic. It just felt like they still let the Eagles creep up into this game. And then you also get that one fake punt play where I was just like, oh my God, out of everything that could have happened, that happened. It was just one of those games where it was just entertaining on every single aspect right there. And DeAndre Hopkins, oh my God, he had one hell of a game. One hell of a game. He had 11 targets, I think, and he had, 169 yards on 9 receptions. That man just flat out had a game today. Flat out. And that final touchdown catch, the winning touchdown catch, oh my God, how the hell did he catch onto that ball? And the same thing for one of the touchdowns by Larry Fitzgerald. How the hell did they make these catches? I'm like, I tweeted this on Twitter too. I was like, how the hell did that happen? I know it's Fitzgerald, but how? It's just how? And it's the same thing with DeAndre Hopkins. I'm just like, how? Like, how does this happen? And honestly, I gotta give some credit to the Eagles secondary not having really any starters there. And even though they gave up so much yardage to the Cardinals, they were still within this game. They were. They were still within this damn game. And if you look at the stat line for this game, Jalen Hurts, 24 out of 44, 338 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Fantastic. And on that final drive, too, trying to get there. And it just like, the final drive to me showcased to you how good Jalen Hurts is, but also all the other problems that revolve around this Eagles team in general, specifically on the offensive side. They still somehow Jalen Hurts still somehow managed to try to get it into the end zone, making multiple 4th down, 3rd down conversions, and he was getting attacked that entire like final last 2 drives or something like that. It's just like, can my mans get some protection, please? And he still managed to make it near the end zone trying those 2 Hail Mary attempts, and it just didn't happen right there. But still, you got to give it to Jalen Hurts. And I know I keep talking about the Carson Wentz and all, but Jalen Hurts, I don't want him to fail. He's been fantastic in his first 2 starts. The kid can ball. He can definitely do that. And he is going to be a very intriguing piece right now. And I know there's all these rumors circling before the game that talking about Carson Wentz out of Philadelphia now. Honestly, to me, that just feels like it's the media just trying to swell everything up, and make a bunch of more drama. Who knows? It could be with an Eagles organization as well. Remember last year there was a bunch of drama, I think, circling around Alshon Jeffrey and stuff like that. And also, once again, the circling drama around Nick Foles and Carson Wentz. It's just ridiculous at this point. So those type of reports I don't take really any type of intrigue to, because I just don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. And you do see some connection right there on the bench when they do show Hurts and Carson on the sideline. There's some type of relationship right there. Carson's pissed that he's not starting right now, but like, he put himself in this situation to begin with because yes, he has sucked this season. But to me, the Carson Wentz Jalen Hurts situation is by far the least worrying problem than the entire team itself. I'm just gonna rest it right there. But Jalen Hurts had a fantastic game, fantastic first 2 starts, and at this point, he's most likely going to be the starting quarterback for the last 2 games against Dallas, against Washington, and I can't wait to see what he does, because, like I said, these last 2 games have been very entertaining, and he has looked very good, and he has been bailing out the offense quite a bit, especially that offensive line. He has been bailing out this team, too. Has really been bailing out this team, and one thing that I want to point out, too, is that how come every time Carson Wentz gets benched, that's when Alshon Jeffrey wants to play somewhat decent and make some catches? Alshon Jeffrey was making one of the best corners out there, draw into so many pass interference plays. I'm like, how the hell is Jeffrey doing this? I'm like, I know you were injured majority of the season, but when Wentz gets benched, Hurts comes in. Now you want to start doing something productive? I'm just like, oh, come on. I'm just like, oh God, that's a whole nother topic for another day. But then looking at the rest of the stat lines, looking at Murray's stat line on the other side for the Cardinals, 27 out of 36, 406 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Murray had a great game. Fantastic game. And that was going to be one of the questions going into this game. How good was the passing game going to be for the Cardinals, knowing that the Eagles were going to be missing so many players in their defense, mainly a lot of their starters in the backfield. And that showed here. Murray had a great game. It's just, wow. And then DeAndre Hopkins just flat out balled today. He flat out balled. And then on the rushing side of the game, it wasn't as, I would say, noticeable, not as great, I would say, as last week against the Saints. It was still noticeable, though. Sanders, 17 carries, 64 yards, no touchdowns. Then Hurts, 11 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown for him. And it kind of did feel like a little bit during this entire game that they tried to run Sanders through the middle way too much instead of trying to run him on the outside. That was just like one of the things that I'm nitpicking right there, and it did feel like it happened a lot. That's just one of those things that was just like, maybe you want to try to run him on the outside a little bit. Stop trying to go right through the middle because it looks like it's not working. That's just one of my things right there. And on the receiving end, there were a few people that did stand out today, even though I would say not many people had many receptions today. And once again, the Eagles have that gigantic issue with the receiving core and not being able to get open, not even one receiver getting over 100 yards. That's going to be a question going towards the end of the season into next season. But you got Zach Ertz, 2 receptions, 69 yards. Alshon Jeffrey made 2 receptions, 63 yards. Jalen Reagor, 5 catches, 49 yards. Watkins had a nice day, 3 catches, 40 yards, 1 touchdown. Dallas Goedert, 4 catches, 39 yards. He almost had the touchdown on one of those final drives of the game, but then he just couldn't handle the ball. And those final 2 throws during the game, they were 2 good throws by Hurts, and they were just 2 better defensive plays by Arizona. You got to give Hurts credit, you got to give Arizona credit. There were just 2 equally good plays on both sides of the field. Then you also get Fulgham, 2 receptions, 30 yards. Greg Ward, 4 receptions, 15 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So it's a good game. You do lose Johnston there as well. I think Fletcher Cox also got hurt towards the end of that game. So there's going to be some questions going on right there. I think Johnston has some issues with concussions right now. So that's why he wasn't able to come back into the game. Meaning what happened on that missed extra point attempt, even though the snap was just absolutely terrible. There was also issues where the Eagles shouldn't have gone for 2. Those are going to be things because it also always feels like that Doug just doesn't trust Jake Elliott right now or anymore, and he continuously tries to go for 2-point conversions. So it's going to be an interesting ride going down towards the rest of the season. Really, really interesting. And I do also, even though the defense gave up so much yardage, and they gave up a lot of big plays, they did, they definitely did. But it's once again where they stepped up in the big moments, and they allowed the Eagles to try to get that final drive out there. They did, and like I said, it was a very entertaining game. Very, very entertaining by far. And I wonder how the last 2 weeks of the season are going to turn out. That's just one of the things that's circling around in my mind right now. It's just, how are they going to fare against Dallas? How are they going to fare against Washington? Dallas is a little bit on a win streak right now. Washington has been playing better as of late. And are the Eagles really still in it for the division at this point? They definitely are going to be. Honestly, I think I saw if they beat Dallas and they beat Washington, and Washington I think loses out, they win the division. But then you also got to factor in what happened with Dallas, what happens with the Giants. Who knows? Who knows going into this late stage of the season? It's gonna be very interesting. Like I said, very, very interesting. But like I said, a very entertaining game by far. And Jalen Hurts balled out. He is very fun to watch right now. And honestly, I'm gonna say I was wrong. I never said he was gonna be bad. I just, the whole situation with Wentz and how he was being treated, that's what annoyed me the most. But it's really fun watching this kid play. It's really fun watching what he can do. And the kid's got skills. He's got a lot of skills out there, and it's very fun to watch. So, what are your thoughts about this game, everyone? What are your thoughts about going into the final 2 weeks of the season? Do you think the Eagles still have a chance for the division? Do you just basically watching at this point to watch Jalen Hurts? So I want to hear your thoughts right there. So don't forget to leave your comment in the comment section. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to check out the Painted Lines, which I am a part of. Their links will be in the description below. They just had their live stream during the entire Eagles game. Those are always fun to watch, so don't forget to check those out every Sunday. And also, when the Sixers start up, when the Flyers start up, they're going to be live streaming each and every game too. So don't forget to check out the Painted Lines right there. Don't forget to check out the Flyered Up Podcast merchandise. That link will be in the description below. We're also going to be having a Flyered Up live stream on TPL, on TTP Sports, and Flyers Fan Mania 93. I think this video is most likely going to go up after that live stream, so hopefully you tuned into that point. So don't forget to check out those, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time.